I never thought the worst moment of my life would happen in front of the people I loved the most. It still feels unreal when I close my eyes, like a scene from a nightmare that I can't wake up from. That night replayed itself in my head over and over. Every word, every stare, every sound of silence that followed after. It started like any other evening. My family had gathered in the living room after dinner, laughter filling the space. My mother's soft humming in the kitchen, and my father talking about the old days. I felt safe there. I felt loved there. But sometimes life doesn't warn you before it decides to break you apart. She came in with him, my girlfriend, the one I trusted with every part of me, walked through my front door holding another man's hand. Not only holding it, but holding it like it belonged to her. My chest tightened, but I tried to stay calm. My family didn't deserve a scene. My mother didn't deserve to see me fall apart. "Why are you here with him?" I asked, my voice trembling, even though I tried to sound steady. She looked at me with a strange mix of guilt and defiance, and then he stepped forward. This man I barely knew looked me in the eyes like I was nothing. His lips curled into a smirk, and before I could even process what was happening, his fist slammed into my jaw. The shock of it made my vision blur. I staggered back, hearing the gasps of my family, the scream of my sister, the sharp voice of my father yelling at him to stop. But Chi-Chi did nothing. She didn't scream for him to let go, didn't try to stand between us, didn't even show me the mercy of shame. Instead, she grabbed his arm and pulled him toward the door. And then, without a word, she left. With him, my father rushed to my side, my mother's hands shaking as she touched my face, checking if I was hurt badly. My lips stung, my pride shattered. But the wound that cut deepest was not physical. It was seeing the woman I thought I would marry walk away with someone who had just humiliated me in front of my family. The silence that followed burned more than the punch itself. My family tried to comfort me, but I couldn't even hear their voices anymore. My ears rang with the echo of that door slamming shut. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on my bed, staring at the wall, asking myself questions that had no answers. How long had she been with him? Why did she bring him to my house? Why did she let him hit me? Did she ever love me, or was everything just a lie? I picked up my phone more times than I can count, thinking of calling her, demanding an explanation, begging for some reason that made sense. But every time my finger hovered over her number, I dropped the phone again, because deep down, I already knew nothing she could say would undo what I saw. Morning came like a thief. My eyes burned from sleeplessness. My chest, heavy like a stone, sat on it. My family tiptoed around me, trying to act normal, but I could see the pity in their eyes, and I hated it. I didn't want their pity. I didn't want anyone to look at me like I was broken, even though that's exactly how I felt. The whole day passed in silence. I went to work, but I couldn't focus. Every voice around me blurred. Every sound was distant. My mind was stuck in that moment, like a record replaying the same line. I kept imagining her hand in his, the look on her face as she chose him over me. When I came home that evening, my phone buzzed on the table. I glanced at it, not expecting much, and then I froze. 17 missed calls. From her. My chest tightened, my hands trembling as I picked up the phone. I didn't answer. I didn't want to hear her voice. Not yet. I wanted her to feel the silence she left me in. An hour later, 32 missed calls. I turned the phone over, face down, trying to block it out, but it kept vibrating, the sound drilling into my skull, my heart racing with every buzz. By midnight, the number had climbed to 89 missed calls. 90 would have made a round number, and somehow the fact that it stopped at 89 haunted me even more. Why stop then? Did she give up? Did something happen? I didn't sleep again that night. Every vibration of the phone felt like her ghost pulling at me. When the sun rose, I finally unlocked the phone and opened her messages. My breath caught as the screen lit up with notifications. Dozens of messages, some long, some short, all desperate. "Please answer. I need to explain. I made a mistake. You don't understand. I'm scared. Please, just one call." Each word sank into me like a blade. I wanted to throw the phone against the wall. I wanted to ignore her forever, but I couldn't deny it. My chest tightened at the thought that she was scared, that something was wrong. Why now? Why, after choosing him? Why, after standing by while he hit me? I turned off the phone, pressing it into the pillow like that could silence not just the sound but also the storm inside me. By the third day, I couldn't take it anymore. My anger was still alive, but so was my need for answers. I needed to hear her voice, to know why she had done what she did. I called her. The phone rang only once before she picked up. Her voice came through, cracked, shaky, like she had been crying for hours. Please, please don't hang up. I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. I know I don't deserve your voice right now. But please, please just listen. I didn't say anything. My throat felt tight, my jaw clenched. She continued, her words spilling out quickly, tripping over each other. I didn't mean for it to happen like that. I swear, I never wanted him to hurt you. I thought I loved him. I thought he was different, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. I finally spoke, my voice low but sharp. You brought him into my home. You let him hit me, and you walked away with him. What more is there to explain? Her sobs grew louder. Because I was stupid, because I was blind, because I thought what he gave me was love. But it wasn't. It was control. It was fear. I didn't even realize until I was already trapped. Her words cut into me, but I couldn't let go of the image of her leaving me behind. And you only realized this after he destroyed me in front of everyone I love, she whispered. I left because I was scared of him. I stayed with him because I didn't know how to leave. But when I saw him hurt you, when I saw what he was capable of, it terrified me. And now I don't know what to do. He won't let me go. I closed my eyes, the ache in my chest growing heavier. Was this guilt speaking, or was she truly trapped? I wanted to hang up. I wanted to tell her that her choices weren't my problem anymore. But the thought of her being in danger, the thought of her crying into the phone because she didn't know where else to turn it, pulled at me in a way I couldn't ignore. And that was the beginning of a storm I never saw coming. I didn't want to admit it, but her trembling voice stayed with me even after I hung up that first call. I lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, feeling torn apart in ways I didn't know were possible. One half of me burned with anger that she humiliated me, anger that she let that man strike me without lifting a finger. The other half ached with something else, fear for her, fear that maybe she really was in over her head, trapped with someone dangerous. The next morning, I went about my routine like a ghost. Coffee didn't taste like coffee. The world around me looked dull, lifeless. My coworkers talked, but I couldn't even catch their words. My phone sat in my pocket, heavy as a stone, buzzing every few hours. I didn't check it. I didn't have to. I already knew who it was. When evening came, I caved. I opened my messages again, dozens more. Her words painted a picture darker than I expected. He won't let me leave the house. I'm sorry for everything. I swear, I was wrong. Please, don't hate me. I'm scared. He wasn't what I thought he was. I think he's watching me. Each line left me colder than the last. Was this real? Or was this another game? A way to pull me back in? I didn't know. All I knew was that my chest ached every time I pictured her face. That night, I called again. She answered within a second, her breath unsteady. Thank God. I thought you wouldn't call me back. I didn't say anything right away. The silence stretched long enough that she started speaking faster, as though words were spilling out before they drowned her. He doesn't let me see my friends anymore. He doesn't let me talk to anyone. When I tried to leave this morning, he locked the door. He said if I ever tried again, he would. She stopped. I could hear her swallow hard, fighting tears. Please, you have to believe me. I thought I was choosing love, but I chose a cage. I clenched my teeth, my voice breaking out sharper than I intended. You chose him over me. You let him hit me. You walked out on me. Her sobbing grew louder. Because I was weak. Because I thought he loved me. Because I was blinded by everything he promised. But I swear, that night, when he hit you, I saw what he really was. And I saw what I lost. Her words twisted inside me. A part of me wanted to hang up, to close the door on her forever. But another part, when I couldn't silence, kept asking what if? What if she really was in danger? What if this wasn't just regret but a cry for help? I asked quietly, where are you now? Her voice dropped to a whisper. In his apartment. He's in the other room. If he finds out I'm talking to you. The line went silent. I thought I lost her. My pulse raced. Then she whispered again, barely audible. Please, don't forget me. Don't leave me alone in this. The call ended. I sat in my room, gripping the phone so hard my knuckles turned white. Anger, confusion, fear, they all fought inside me. None winning, all consuming. The next days blurred together. She kept calling. Sometimes she left long voicemails, sometimes just sobs into the receiver. And me. I was stuck between hate and helplessness. My family begged me to block her, to move on, but I couldn't. No matter what she had done, the sound of her brokenness chained me. Then came the night that changed everything again. It was past midnight when my phone lit up. Not a call this time, but a message. If something happens to me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Please don't remember me for that night. Please remember the way I once held you. My stomach dropped. My hands shook. I called her immediately. She answered on the first ring, whispering, I don't have much time. He's drinking again. He's angry. I don't know what he's going to do. Where are you exactly? I asked, my voice low. Urgent. She gave me an address. My heart raced as I wrote it down. I didn't even think. Kai just grabbed my keys and left the house. The drive felt endless. My mind screamed at me, why are you doing this? She chose him. She betrayed you. But my chest overpowered the logic. I couldn't live with myself if something happened and I had done nothing. When I reached the building, I sat in the car for a long second, breathing hard. Then I went in. Her apartment door was ajar. My pulse spiked. I pushed it open slowly, carefully. The sight froze me. She sat on the floor, her arms wrapped around her knees, tears streaming down her face. Across the room, he was passed out on the couch, empty bottles scattered around him. When she saw me, she broke. She rushed into my arms, clinging to me, whispering over and over, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I held her, but my heart was torn in two. Part of me wanted to comfort her. Part of me wanted to push her away. Why me? I whispered. After everything, why call me? She looked up at me, eyes swollen with tears, because no matter how much I lost, no matter how much I ruined, you were the only one who ever made me feel safe, and I destroyed it. I destroyed us. But when he hit you, when I saw you fall, it broke something inside me. I realized he wasn't loved. You were, and I was too blind to see it until it was too late. Her words cut deep. They were everything I wanted to hear months ago, everything I dreamed of. But now, they came with scars. I pulled away, my voice trembling. You hurt me in ways I can't even explain. My family saw me fall because of you. You made me question everything about myself. And now you expect me to just, forget it all. Her tears fell harder. No, I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect another chance. I needed you to know the truth. I needed you to know that it wasn't about choosing him over you. It was about me being too weak to see who you really were. I stood there in silence, her words pressing into me like weights. She wasn't asking for love. She wasn't asking for us to start again. She was asking for me to remember her as something more than the night she left me broken. Behind us, the man stirred, groaning. She froze, her grip on my arm tightening. Fear flashed in her eyes. Go, I whispered, before he wakes up. Come with me now if you really want to leave. She hesitated, staring at me like this was her only chance. Then she nodded. We left together, her hand trembling in mine. Driving her away from that place, my heart raced with questions I couldn't answer. Could I ever trust her again? Could I ever let go of the betrayal? Or would this night be the start of something different? Not love, but survival, redemption, closure. When I dropped her off at a safe place, she looked at me one last time. Her voice cracked as she said, thank you. Even after everything, thank you. I didn't reply. I just nodded and walked away. And that was the moment I understood. Some wounds never fully heal. Some stories don't end with love rekindled. Sometimes they end with silence, with lessons carved deep into your chest. But one thing was certain. After 89 missed calls, after all the tears and regrets, I finally had the strength to answer my own heart. Because forgiveness doesn't always mean going back. Sometimes it means letting go. Stay with me till the end, because life's hardest stories remind us that healing begins the moment we choose ourselves.